Hey all, in this tutorial we'll be going over equipment and blacksmithing, so let's get started. Blacksmithing is in essence the combining of two items. An item is first picked to be the base material, while another item is added, resulting in a forged item. Blacksmiths are important for three reasons. First, you repair your weapons and accessories, giving them more durability. Second, you can add magic arts to a weapon or accessory using the correct items. Finally, they can make the best weapons in the game. With that in mind, repairing items are a simple concept. First, pick the type of item you wish to make. As explained in Laura's tutorial, the choice of weapons available to forge vary by town. Next, pick a raw material, which is any weapon or accessory. Finally, pick a secondary item to forge into the original material. You should receive a projection of the results. From here, the blacksmith can say one of three things. Now, that's what I'm talking about means that it's a critical success. Either more durability is added than normal or skill is added to the item. Not too shabby means the result is normal, going as usually projected. Yeah, that's about right means something went wrong, such as losing a skill, and it's a good time for a soft reset. Next is arts forging. Whenever you use bestial materials, namely carnelian, lazuli, topaz, opal, or ravenite as a secondary material, there's a 20% chance that it will forge a magic art into the item, allowing you to use magic from learned spells. Finally is the forging of rare materials. The most notable item is of course Damascus, which is one of the game's best materials. But there are other items as well, such as platinum. It is important to note though that blacksmiths only deal with weapons and accessories. You cannot forge armor, headgear, or footgear, nor can you use them as secondary material, so get them at the shops. Forging Damascus is a simple but time-consuming activity involving lots of soft resets, but it's worth every penny spent. By the end of the game, your entire party should be decked out on Damascus equipment and accessories, since they give the best stats the game has to offer. First, you need to collect raw materials. Our items include any form of iron, namely ironstone, iron, or steel, mullock, which is available only early in game, any of the 5 bestial materials as listed earlier, and any wooden material such as cedar or oak. Next is the time-consuming part, namely the forging of level 2 steel. This is our primary material for forging Damascus. To do so, use any iron material and forge it with any wood material. There is a 15% chance that weapons will be turned into level 2 steel. You will know that the item is successfully forged into a level 2 steel with an attack power is 1 below the usual. Here we see a steel dagger with an attack power of 38 instead of 39. If you don't get steel level 2 after a few tries, soft reset with start, select, and the LR buttons. Then try again until you get the results you want. The rest of the forging is easy. We then try to make our secondary material, namely the level 2 mullock, by combining level 1 mullock with any of the 5 bestial materials. Although there is no noticeable change, the results are always 100%, so no more soft resets this time. Finally, forge using the steel level 2 as a primary and mullock level 2 as a secondary, and you should get Damascus as your reward. Now that we covered blacksmithing, we need to pick out our equipment. So let's start with the weapons. Weapons are divided into 2 types, strength and skill, according to what stats the damage of the weapon is calculated from. Picking your weapon is not only a matter of damage, but also of function. Starting with strength weapons, the distinction of highest damage weapon bar none goes to the axe. It has great HP and LP damage and is usually the weapon of choice. The axe panel also gives the best ability growth among all the weapons. Notable skill lines include Time Lapse, which has the game's most damaging skill, Reverse Delta. Down the line are swords. They have the ability to deflect certain physical attacks and have instant kill attacks in its rear blade line, which are useful against mini-bosses. Spears have great overall damage, as well as high-level crowd control skill in its grasshopper line that stuns targets. Lastly, the staff deals the least damage, has poor panel growth, but has a crowd control skill with the Earth Dragon line and the ability to block, although not on the same weapon. I highly discourage the use of staves, except for challenges. Next up are the skill weapons. Daggers are the weapon of choice for skill characters. It is lightning fast, deals the best LP damage out of all the weapons in the game, has an instant kill ability, and can parry against attacks. Best skill lines include Stunner with its instant kill skill Bloody Mary, and Dice as the best LP damaging skill. Bows have the distinction of being the best crowd control weapon in-game, and is a valid alternate choice, although daggers are faster and more versatile. Last but not least, the gun has the ability to deal flat damage according to skill, but damage curve tapers off quickly once you're in the late game. Guns are also very rare, so don't expect to find them unless your character starts off with one. Usually when equipping weapons, the left or the lower hand is reserved for defensive equipment, but contrary to popular belief, shields don't always have the best evasion. In most cases, the deflect skill provided by a sword has better evasion than all shields. Here's the math. The deflect skill of all swords, regardless of your sword skill, has a flat evasion rate of 33% against physical attacks. The shield with the highest evasion only provides 30% defense against physical attacks. Other shields also provide defense against elemental attacks, but at an even lower evasion rating. Only when a build incorporates a shield panel does this change. A level 4 shield panel magnifies the defense rating by 1.6, so shield with 30% evasion would have 48% actual evasion. This is again why Iron Body builds with shields are better tanks. Therefore, you should equip swords as secondary weapons on all characters unless they don't have a shield panel.